everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We're talking with Chris from Kubota, who's going to talk to us about some tilling tips as we enter the summer season and get things planted. We thought it might be a good idea to talk to some experts. Chris, what tips might you have for us?
Yeah, thanks, Denise. So, yes, it's right in the thick of planting season here. I wanted to kind of highlight the usage of, a few common attachments that go to mind when we go to make a small garden using a tractor. So I just wanted to kind of call out some things to keep in mind for those people out there that are planting or making a garden this season. There's a few common attachments that come to mind when making a garden. A couple being a plow or different types of plows, another being disc harrow, and the last one being a tiller. I want to kind of work through just the usage of those attachments and some things to keep in mind of that are important for maybe somebody that's new starting out a garden on their own property. So a plow tends to be used for more deeper soil penetrations, or it's your starting point when you go to break the ground and start a new garden. So on the back of a tractor, you can get a wide variety of different plows. One harrow type plow for a smaller garden is commonly used on a smaller compact tractor. It's used to dig into the turf and really break up the hard pan of the soil, and it's the effectiveness of that plow kind of gets into the deeper soil, helps turn over the ground, and is your initial step in starting your garden bed. It's not a bad idea to use a plow if you know you're going to make a garden on your property. It's not a bad idea to use a plow there in the fall and let that soil go through the winter and early spring season and really break down over that time. What a plow doesn't do is give you the greatest area for planting or a seed bed. So once you get into the spring and you've had your garden plowed, that's where either a disc harrow comes in handy to level out the ground a little bit further, or the most common use is a tiller. So a tiller helps break up larger soil or larger material in preparation for a nice solid seed bed. So on a freshly plowed, a couple rows of a garden bed, you can run your tiller over this area, and you can create that garden bed ready for your plants, whatever type of vegetable or seed that you're looking to put in the ground. I would say tilling early in the season when the soil is too cold is something to be mindful of. You don't necessarily want to do that. You want to make sure your soil has come up in temperature based off of what you're going to be planting in the ground, whether it's fruit or vegetable you're growing there. But yeah, a tiller is a crucial attachment for success within a larger garden bed on a small farm. Kubota, we're the parent company of a company called Lampride. Lampride's been at this attachment game for a long period of time. They make a couple different tillers that I'll break down in the usage here. So they have a reverse tine tiller and a forward tine tiller. The reverse tine tiller comes in the range of 42 inch to 70 inches, good for a small garden bed. It's something you want to match up appropriately to the tractor you have, just to make sure that the tiller covers the width of the tires on the tractor, but also the tractor has enough power to run both the plow and the tiller that's behind the machine there. But wide range of widths for the tiller. The reverse tine tiller actually goes in the opposite direction of the tractor. So if you're driving forward, the reverse tine is spinning backwards. So what that does is it allows for the tiller to kind of dig into the ground a little bit further. It also throws the material forward, so it throws it in the same direction that you're driving the tractor, which is a little bit more work for the tractor, but it allows you to break down that material a little bit further, it helps throw the material forward, and then it will chop it up again. So you can potentially get away with doing one pass with a reverse tine tiller, and create a very, very nice garden bed ready for planting, depending on the different soil conditions. Now, forward tine tiller, the two categories there. So the forward tine tiller is basically rolling with the ground as you're driving forward. What it doesn't do is dig into the soil as well as the reverse tine tiller, and it doesn't throw the material forward, so you're not chewing it up as much as you would with the reverse tine tiller. But it's a better tiller for heavy or rocky soil conditions where you're a little bit more cautious about having rocks build up or getting stuck in the tiller tines that are digging into the ground. So if you're in a rockier soil base, the forward tine tiller is a good tool to chew up your garden bed and not cause you any grief by getting some stones stuck. So it really depends on your soil base there. If you've gone if you have a garden and you've gone over it a bunch of times, you've picked out the stones, a reverse tine tiller is going to do the best finishing job with that. A forward tine would be something you'd have to go back and forth over the garden and the pass a couple times to really create the best finishing product that would match that of the reverse tine tiller. So some differences there, but it's definitely important to match your attachment with the tractor, whether it's the plow, a disc harrow, or a tiller. So width is one important thing. Ground clearance is another one, and power output is, those three items are key to really get the best attachment to match with the tractor you may have in your small farm. Another key thing, if you're new to gardening, maneuverability. If you're new to tractors, the right size tractor might be dependent on your overall property size, so turning radius, getting into tighter areas. You might not want too big of a tractor for that reason. So a wide range of tractors and attachments are within our offering at Kubota, but definitely talking to your local dealer and getting their input on what you're looking to accomplish, what type of soil conditions you're dealing with, can help lead you to the best solution for your small farm. So hopefully that was helpful. It all depends on region, the local climates, the rains you may have recently in your area. You would like the soil to be somewhat dry for sure. You don't want to be going out there too early in the year when you've had a fair bit of moisture in the ground. It's a much easier job for the tiller to break up that soil base and create a good garden bed there when you get it at the right time. So timing is crucial here for sure, but it definitely depends on the region and the area that you're in, the type of soil. Be mindful of that for sure. Local climates, local gardeners might be able to help guide you on when's best to practice, using these type of attachments for your garden. On attachment setup, this is where my area of expertise would be in on the power unit, the tractor, and the attachment. So once you get into your garden, it's important to make sure that either your plow or the tiller or disc harrow is set up properly on the back of the tractor. In a lot of ways, we could be making garden beds or plowing soil on uneven terrain. We just want to be careful of trying to level out that attachment using the 3-point hitch adjustability to make sure you're creating as level as possible garden, just to keep from water runoff happening once you do get your garden going. It keeps keeps for a solid, consistent growth pattern in your plant. So things to be mindful of, keeping that attachment set up properly. Once you've plowed the ground and you're tilling in the plowed area, a lot of the times you're working in uneven terrain. So just trying to best maximize the setup of your attachment on the back of a tractor can help lead to, the most optimum garden that you're creating there. It's always good to check to see how the attachment and the tractor are running. I think depending on your day, if you're going over and the property size, 3 times might be sufficient. So it's just a matter of being mindful of the work you're trying to get done, the consistency there, and ensuring you're getting the consistent product that you're hoping for. And that might differ for one person to the next. They might have a little bit more trust in the product and in the output, but yes, always keep in mind the finished product there. It's always good to do a couple passes and see how everything looks there, and then maybe go to work and do a few more, and not having to get on and off the tractor as much, and but still checking it down the line there a little bit to see what the product's looking like is always a good practice for sure. Kubota.ca. Within our website, you can use our dealer locator for the closest dealer to you. We have a lot of resources on the website for the different range of tractor series that we have, attachments like the tillers, like the plows that we talked about. So definitely a helpful resource to head towards if you're in the market.